Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day number 814. It is May the 17th, 2024. I've been to the eye doctor today. Professor Gerdes has been to the eye doctor today. So I've got my glasses on because they made some adjustments, and man, everything's blurry right now. It's a lot of work when you have keratoconus, scleral lenses, and all that mess. So welcome. Thank you. Professor Gerdes is here, ready to roll. Going to be a good time. We may have another guest jump in from Ukraine for a few minutes. We'll see. He's still dealing with his knee. But thank you all for being here. And let me go ahead and get Professor Gerdes in here right there. Welcome to you, Mugga.
Yeah, I hope your experience was better than mine. They were shooting some laser in my eye.
Yeah, well, I've
It's
had
amazing what
that.
they can do. I'm glad they can do it, but I didn't enjoy that.
I have that quite often. But listen, here's the deal. Keep calm. Just keep calm. Reagan Bush 84. Keep calm. Hey, listen. I know everybody's going, oh my goodness, what am I in tonight? So here we are, guys. Gonna be a great time. As you know, tonight we have a huge update on the news. And while we're doing that, you have the opportunity to put your name in a raffle to win this autographed frontline battle flag. And I can't tell you exact positions ever, of course, but I can tell you guys tonight that these flags were signed in a very important frontline location by Fish and his partner that works with him on the Zero doing their job. And there's the drawing of Shevchenko and the signature of the artist. And there is Fish, his autograph, the date, and his statement about victory. So this is another one.
Speaking of fish, I got to take mine out of the oven in about 7-8 minutes when that
This
thing
is
goes off.
typical on Friday
Yeah,
night. We
I'm
know that you have
responsible
to
here too.
cook. Now, I
Yeah.
know everybody wants the patch of the night. That's a really nice comment. As soon as it comes through, I'm going to put it up. Now, I need to tell you guys something. Dr. Tuso, I've got your message. Okay. Listen, we're in no hurry tonight. No hurry tonight. Desaid. This is an American veteran in Oklahoma. For flag winners, please remember those flags are sacred, considering some of those names might no longer be with us. That is a great statement. Thank you, sir. Dr. Tuso, I see your message there. I will look for that after the stream. Also, Gary Radford, thank you for the 3 coffees there. Guys, I need to say this right now, before we get going, and I'm sure Professor Gerdes will say the same. Thank you for your faithful support. The streams, especially for me, not so much for Prof, he's always been a legend, but are growing. And I'm always live, or I try to be, and it's very interactive. Sometimes I may miss a super chat or miss a coffee. I want you to hear tonight, thank you. Thank you very much. We try to get to them all. The moderators help. Your direct donations are still coming in nonstop, even though we're not pushing a hard project. We just watched Jake Bro and supported him and encouraged him, chatted with him, raising over $1 million in just a few days. There's a lot of wonderful things happening. Rick always raising money and gear. Mercado's like on, I think
12.
it's 12 NAFO trucks. I mean, what a great group we have here. So, patch of the night before we get going. Guys, this is Ukrainian Special Ops patch. This one's impossible to get. How did I get it? Because there is a dentist in Ukraine who is extremely well known. And he's one of the largest individual supporters of the war effort. Like, he rallies massive amounts of support. He was able to get me this patch from this unit as a thank you gift for all of us. This patch right here has been across the border. Let's just leave it at that. How about that? So this patch is in place. Thank you for that and welcome. So now, last
I'd like
thing.
to correct your history.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said he's always been a legend. I haven't always been a legend. In January, not this past January, but the previous January, I was barely breaking 1,000 subscribers. For like the first half a year, I didn't know anybody was actually listening to me. So
Well, it took
that's
quite
just
a bit of
Philistine
persuasion for
nonsense.
people to listen to you, but once it happened,
I can make students listen to me.
you
I,
can.
I have the power of the grade there.
Jenny saying, sorry I'm late. I've not been well for 2 weeks. All right, listen, this is our Friday night flag raffle. A lot of news. I've got a ton of video, a lot of good news, And so I'm trying to watch the chat more, do everything we can, and really be interactive. So thank you guys. Now, make sure you're sharing, liking, commenting. And I noticed that a lot of you guys that are even in the like stream are doing me a favor. And like the next day, you go back and you put another comment or making sure you like it. It's really important. I'm learning it. And so make sure you hit that on my channel and also Professor Gerdes' channel. Now, for the flag, here we go. Here's the deal. This is it. And I need to say something first. Spartacus won the flag last week. Are you ready for this? Spartacus emailed me, and after I emailed him and I said, Spartacus, send me your preferred mailing address. He emailed me back and says, I don't want the flag. I want you to donate it to Blonde Bombsheller, who's always in the chat with her 3 kids supporting Ukraine. So
That's classy.
Are you kidding me? That's the quality of people that are here. That's the quality. And it may be in my email now, but Cheryl Waitley, you have one as well. I'm still looking for your address, but if you've emailed me, I will get it. And Blonde Bombsheller as well. So that is really, really cool that people care that much. All you have to do, go into the chat. The pinned comment has a link. Click the link, put your name and email. Your email will not be shown. All those things are covered now, taken care of. At the end, we will spin the wheel, and whoever wins, you must be present. Give it a few seconds, make sure you're present, and then I'll email you. And okay, Cheryl Waitley, you did send me your email. It's in your email. Look at them two right there, back to back. Thank you. Cheryl, if you went to my website, gregterry.org, hit contact, send it there. If that's where you send it, it's in there, and I'll have it. And Blonde Bombsheller got you also. Thank you.
Let's get on with your video.
I'm trying.
You were overpromising me earlier. You were telling me you had great video.
I do have great video.
Well, I want to see it.
You're going to see it. I need to make sure that everybody knows to go to the pinned comment and enter the raffle. As of right now, we're at 144 people already signed up. Thank you. All right,
great.
Here we go, guys. Ukraine hitting Sevastopol. Ukraine hitting Novorossiysk. Ukraine hitting Tupolev. Massive attack last night. Mm-hmm. Great news. In addition to that, in Sevastopol, they were hitting the military base. In Novorossiysk, they hit the port. In Tupolev, they hit the oil refinery. And what's interesting about this is I did circle there, the black circle is the Kerch Bridge. So it just shows they went on past the Kerch Bridge because the Kerch is not as important right now due to there's really no supply coming across it. They're better off to hit behind the Kerch, and they're validating what they can do. And what they were using to do this is their drones. So here's the first video here. Here's Novorossiysk. There is a colorful word at the end, but unless you understand Russian, you won't understand it. Here we go.
Блядь! Нихуя себе.
That is Novorossiysk. Now, I do understand, if you look at the video here, they've already started to paint the sidewalks blue and yellow. That is in Novorossiysk, Russia, the port city. So I guess they're preparing for...
That's forward thinking.
That's forward thinking. Here's
That's the buffer zone, I guess.
Yes, that's the gray zone.
Yeah.
Here's Tuapse. Now this is the refinery burning. And here's Tuapse, another one.
Yep. Yeah, so Anton Gurashenko was talking about this, about
Yes.
how they just kept one after another, after another, after another, after another, like in a row, or not a row, a column, and that's something.
They had over 100 in the air, and it's just a testament to what support can do. Now, if I go here, let's do this. I'll show you guys. Okay, so I showed you on the map, of course, but they hit here, they hit here, they hit here. It's really good. You may say, okay, well, how far away is that? Well, let's do this, and we'll just do a simple one. Let's just go from Mykolaiv to Tuapse, 600 kilometers. It's great.
Pretty significant. I mean, they've already shown that they can
Oh, yeah.
do 1,300 kilometers. I mean, that's not a problem for them.
No.
That
So
nothing will shoot it down is the real issue.
Correct. And there was nothing. So in Sevastopol, they're working on this military infrastructure here, the air base, and there's other military infrastructure around it. In Novorossiysk, they actually were hitting the port structure. And if you look here at Novorossiysk, this is the port area that they're going after. I will remind you guys, remember when the Ukrainian sea drone came in and actually disabled a ship in this port, was able to get it all the way up in the port. And then the other place is right down the river to Tuapse, and you can see this storage system right here of oil.
My stove is beeping.
No problem. Look how massive this is. There's the smokestacks you were seeing on the video. So it's really, really good news that Ukraine was able to do this. Now, you guys hang on one second. Getting a message here from Zhenya. All right, I'll get that downloaded while we're talking. Now, I want Professor Gerdes to get back so we can begin to discuss the front lines a little bit. I know that's not really his cup of tea. It's more Johnny or myself. But in response to Ukraine hitting Sevastopol, Novorossiysk down here, Odessa was struck with missiles. Kherson was shelled intently. Kharkiv was struck with missiles. Right here. And just about 30 minutes ago, in fact, let's look at this. Okay, so now it's off. Kharkiv was under air alarm, and actually Volchansk for the first time was struck with missiles. Until this, they've been using MLRS, artillery, glide bombs, but Volchansk itself was struck by a missile. And that just happened within the last half hour, right before we were going to stream. Let me get this saved. And I got a video in from Zhenya right now. I'm going to share with you. If you guys are just getting here, make sure you sign up for the flag. This is the movie you sent me? Okay, yeah. Good. All right. And just got a video in from Zhenya. Oh, and actually have Zhenya in here. How about this? Holy moly, we got so much going on. Hey, buddy.
It's fish isn't done yet.
Look at here.
Hey, Zhenya.
Hello from Ukraine.
How are you? How's your knee? You healing up?
Getting better there. Yeah, today I was in the hospital and I took a short video right there, with my new friend. He's a military and he was fighting with Russians since 2014.
Would you like me to show that video now and then you can talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go, guys. Breaking news. Zhenya in the house. Before we do this, really good night with drones striking in Sevastopol and Novorossiysk and Tuapse.
Yeah, it's one side, at least some good news.
Yes, I know. I was just sharing while Professor Gerdes was turning his fish off or on. They struck back right at Odessa, Kherson, Kharkiv, and just 30 minutes ago, Vovchansk was hit with actually a missile this time and not a glide bomb. So it's tit for tat, but we're thankful we're able to do something. Here you go. Here's the video from Zhenya, and then he can talk about it.
Hello, friends. Hello from hospital. We're like brothers. You see, I have left knee after surgery. He's right. It's the pair. And tomorrow I need to visit the doctor. So here's my friend. His name's Said. He's fighting from 2014. And so, Said, I have a question to you. I didn't let you know what kind of question it will be. It will be for the partners, all the people who are supporting our projects of supplying army with tactical medicine, the batteries, the radios, the other stuff. So the question, the people being tired and people probably tired of watching it. It's over more than 2 years of war and some news, bad news, negative things, and what you would say to those people. I don't know, to be honest, what to say exactly. Like I have still have some people, my friends, who continue supporting even now, but all of them having own businesses. But the simple people, I don't know, they probably during that time they lost their money, their savings, and sometimes even motivation to do so. It wasn't like that before. Like there were people, even old people are coming and bringing all their savings. Now all people are out of money. So what should we tell to those people to stop giving? No. Reality that the government are not able to cover all of the needs of the military guys who are in the front lines, and the guys on the front lines right now, they are in a big need of a lot of things. I would say one more things. It doesn't matter what kind of information you hear. It's still there is a big need of the tourniquets and the batteries and for the radios and the antennas, the other supplies. So yeah, the radios are and the other stuff. It's really like every day you having it. Sometimes you're losing it, especially during artillery shells, attacks, stormings. Even the car, you just use it every day. You don't know, you never know what to say. So the tourniquets, surely it's a big need. It's very needed. So I would say like this: the war, we have war now, and it's not about being tired. It's a war of all of us. So let's find more hope, more strength. And looks like this war is not will be finished soon. So that's it. Thank you for all the partners. Thank you one more time, and thank you, my friend. Bye.
Very cool video, man. Right from the hospital with a veteran.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
he has special medals like rewards, and I mean highly, I mean high grade, let's say.
Highly decorated.
And yes,
Yeah.
and I mean there is different like levels of it, so it's a high level, yeah. And so my friend, I met him. I mean, in the right after. I mean, in the hospital because a lot of military guys there at that hospital after injuries and they needed surgery. So, and he said, "People tired, but we have no options. We need to continue because we have the only one result we must to expect. It's Ukraine to win and to protect own land. That's the only option we have."
Well,
And this
you
is
and
why
I,
all the people, yeah,
I mean, we both know people are tired, but
yeah,
not quitting. Never.
not quitting. This is why I asked him this question. 10 years of fight, 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
non-stop. And he said, yeah, I'm tired. The other guy who was fighting 10 years and he's still fighting, I said, what do you dream about? And I'm quoting. I said, you want to go some fishing? He said, no. I said, what? He said, not fishing, nothing. I want to throw away my phone.
Mm.
And I want to have my cat. I will pet it, doing nothing and having, I mean, walking barefoot on the wet grass and do nothing. I said, okay, I got it. And yeah, this man, he continued fighting and he's on a serious place at this moment. But in their hearts, this is their like simple expectation and real wishes. This, yeah, but there is a decisions and there is a principles, and I believe the best thing we can do is just all of us. I mean not just me as Ukrainian, but all the people who fights against that evil. We
Zhenya,
have
let me
to
ask you
be
this
strong.
because there's a couple things that I've got scheduled because tonight is the flag giveaway.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Sorry.
so, no. So people are signing up for it. That's not what I'm saying. You're getting lots of comments in the chat. Thank you, Zhenya. We're not growing tired. We're not growing tired. And I'll get to those in just a moment. But how long are you able to be with us comfortably? 5, 10?
I mean, like 5-10 minutes. Sorry.
Okay, so I want to get to a couple things since you're here. What do you think,
Hmm.
Prof? Is that okay? I'm going to go
I
out of.
think I need to check on my fish again in just a moment. So talk to him.
Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to go to. We're going to go to the front line with Zhenya really quick, and then. I think I am. Pretty sure I am. Yes, I am. Right here.
You are.
Yeah, well,
Nice
we're going
patch.
to. It is a nice patch, and I was telling everybody about it. Let me do this, and I'm going to bring in the map, and I want your opinion on a few things for people, and then I'm going to ask you one more question and show the ground drone before you leave. Okay?
Hmm.
Okay. Let's do this, and that. Okay, perfect. Now I've got it fixed. Okay, this is what I want right here. Thank you. This doesn't have to take long. We do it almost every day. Just going to go around real quick. Chernigiv, DRG. Sumy, DRG. But Russia is at least at the minimum putting equipment there and some soldiers there.
Hmm.
And we hear the talk of a possible incursion into Sumy.
And our guys, the
Accurate?
two tanks appeared. Yes, two tanks appeared on the Russian side, really close, almost on the border. You probably know this moment, this story, short story. Two tanks appeared on the Russian side, right on the border, and Ukrainian guys protecting Ukrainian land. They sent couple FPVs and smashed these tanks, and by this blocked one of the roads, so just for protecting our country. We're already trying to do the best.
Okay, so let me ask you this: yes or no? Do you think there's a chance they actually will try some kind of incursion? I'm not saying invasion, incursion into Sumy more than now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. All right, let's go down to Vovchansk.
But the biggest will be not on the Sumy.
Okay, we're coming around. Kharkiv. Here's Vovchansk. Here is pushing towards Lipsy. They just going to stop here most likely and then just continue to shell Kharkiv? Because they can't take Kharkiv.
I think they will. They cannot take, but they need to approach on a distance about 20 kilometers to Kharkiv. For the distance of artillery, reaching with artillery. This is what they need.
Okay.
And this is what they want, I believe.
So the gains made today.
24.
This is Johnny's mapping. They're getting closer to Lipsy. And if we just take Johnny's map, and which I think it's the best, and I go to the center, it's 26 kilometers to the center from where they're at now to what they've already destroyed, which is Saltivka, which is all up in this area. And guys, we can't even explain to you what Saltivka looks like. We'll go from here to still learning Johnny's tools here, but I'm getting better. From the red to Saltivka, we'll just go to center. 21.4. And you're saying they need to be within 20.
The artillery, it means that they will need probably about 10 kilometers, 8 kilometers, 10 kilometers, because they need to have their artillery, cannons, whatever, on a safe distance of using it.
That northeast quadrant here. So this region right here of Kharkiv, guys, and you can see it's nothing but huge blocks of apartment buildings. And this is called the Saltivka region. It's massive. So many of these buildings are completely destroyed because this is the hardest hit region of Kharkiv from even early days in the war. Vovchansk. They're almost to the very center, occupying it. Let me show you this. Show you this. Here. Vovchansk. Here we go. So that's Vovchansk, and so reminiscent of early in the war. There's a couple of questions in here for you, Zhenya. First of all, Dick Dawson in the chat. Thank you. That's the Shills. If you're not a subscriber to the Shills, make sure you do. Tomorrow, Starsky and I and Dick and others will be there. Zhenya from Anthony Norton. Thank you for working on the papers for the armored vehicles. I reported on that yesterday. Jason Thomas asked, are troops buildups on the Belarusian border to be concerned or prepared for?
Our guys are already there, but I think nothing serious will happen in the next. At this moment, there is a movement there, but our guys checked it, and I think they will look for more weak position, less prepared positions. Let's say weakest place, and and already their main concentration, it will be Kurakhova, will be that direction to
Okay.
the
I'll go
Pokrovsk.
right down there so people can see. All right. So let's do it this way, guys. This is the Belarus border. And yes, they have started putting equipment back in, but not really soldiers. DRG work across the borders into Chernihiv and Sumy. This is the area where people are talking about potential buildup and invasion of Sumy. We shall see. This is Kharkiv and the continual pressure and the incursion coming across the border there. So look at all of this that Ukraine has to pay so much attention to. And we're not even to the official 1,000-kilometer front line yet. Think about that for a second, how stretched Ukraine is. So, Zhenya, I'll just mention the town and you say it's okay, or you don't have to be a long answer. I want to get you in the bed. Kupiansk?
Kupiansk, on the Liman direction, yes, there is active fights there, and but much more active on the south. I mean, down south.
Okay. So when he's talking about Liman, guys, he's talking about right here. You have Torsk, which is a decent sized town, and Liman, and this would be the gateway if they wanted to come this way and try for Slavyansk, Kramatorsk, Druzhkivka. Chasiv Yar is here. In fact, here's some Chasiv Yar footage from Russia, and it's Chasiv Yar. Just drone reconnaissance. This is from their 98th Brigade. I get their video. I mean, it's Bakhmut. It's Avdiivka. It's Severodonetsk. Look at those.
It's the way the Russians roll.
Leveled. That's Chasiv Yar.
Chasiv Yar is one of the worst right in this moment, and if our guys will not get big help closest days, then Vovchansk, Vilnyansk will be the next Bucha.
Okay,
and if our guys
wait a second.
Get it back,
one second.
Yeah.
1 second. We were talking about Chasiv Yar, and you said it's very difficult.
Yeah.
And then you made a statement about Vovchansk, and if we don't get people out of there, it's going to be like Bucha.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
so
already.
I caught it. So guys, he went back up here to Vovchansk.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. I just caught it. I want to make sure people understand. This is where Russia's invading into Vovchansk right now. There's already footage of civilians being killed, nursing home people being shot, herded into basements, and Ukraine is drastically trying to get people out and evacuated. So you're saying Vovchansk could be Bucha too? Bucha number 2.
If it's already in the process, but this time Russians will do everything to cover it. Because the same thing's happening, but they will do everything to cover it. And if our guys will get it back in the closest days, we will see. If not, it will be just, they will wipe it out. Everything, they will, all their crime, this time they will cover.
They'll erase it.
Yeah, they will erase it.
Ocherny direction, which was the big push because of the rotation issue. We're about 10 kilometers from the main road. Ukraine has been able to push back a little here south of Ocherny, but tough direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
I cannot. I mean, Ed, I'm not.
No, I know.
I'm like military analytic. I'm
All right, now we're down here to where you were talking about Krakow. The push that's
Kurakhova,
coming.
terrible
Wait a
priority.
second.
Their priority now.
Okay. The push that came through Marinka that's going on the road to Krakow. And then what I've been saying for a month, and I just believe it to be true, that this is very important, Krasnogorivka, because it's a very large city. I mean, 16, 18,000, it's big. But that position, everything is pointing towards Krakow. And then from this side, it's pointing towards Pokrovsk. How important is that
This
town?
is their it's very important. This is their priority, and
Okay.
I believe they will be concentrate. They will stretch us. They will try to stretch our army and to all the places possible to do. I mean, to make us weaker on the direction of Kurakhova, Chasiv Yar, to Konstantinovka, Drushkivka, Pokrovsk, Slaviansk, Kramatorsk,
Guys,
and surely Siversk. That
okay, so let me just show you guys. If I zoom out, just so you can understand, this is Donetsk City. This is Pokrovsk. This is Kramatorsk. We can even add Liman. So he's talking about this circle right here. Oh, cancel. This circle right here. And you talking about extremely key ground here for both sides. So that's what he's talking about. Now, last question on the map. Robotny.
Robotina very active last days, last 2 days, very active. Hard for us.
Are we holding anything there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Just on the very north.
Yeah, but still there. We didn't lose it yet.
Okay. All right. Let's leave the map now, and this gets me to this question, and it takes me to something else.
Could you point at Liman?
Yeah,
Could
I can
you
point at
Liman?
Liman. For sure.
Please.
Be happy to. All right, guys, we're going to go to Liman now.
5 seconds.
No problem. We've got plenty of time. Tonight's flag giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Just getting it where people can understand it. Here's Slavyansk. Here's Regorodok. This is Novy Mykolaievka, where the power plant was taken out a couple of weeks ago. This is what he's talking about here is Liman. Yes, sir.
So I got a call today. Our guys. So before we could use Nova Pochta, shipping some help to our guys, some aid to Liman.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore. Today I got a call that it was 5 arrival of missiles. I don't know what was that exactly. Artillery. I don't know. Maybe shells, but not possible. These places. So it made our guys to leave that place for using. Strategically to move a little bit inside, and now we're just changing the shipping place. But it shows that they're targeting there. They want to, they're covering it, attacking it openly.
Well,
and Nova Pochta, not safe place at Liman anymore. This is why we're changing it.
Okay.
So,
guys, this is Liman right here, the city you're looking at, and this is actually a lake in the middle. And he's talking about, first of all, you can see ATB closed. And when you see an ATB closed, it's serious because even in Kherson, there are like 5, well, there were, maybe it's less now, that remained open. They board them, hide them completely, but they stay open. So when you see that closed, but Zhenya's talking about there's Nova Pochta number 1, number 2, and number 3. So we have no access to use that for shipping anymore. And if we
it's not safe anymore.
It's not safe. I don't even. Yeah, it's not there. Nova Pochta. Yeah, there's no images at all. So it's basically post office buildings no longer available. Okay. I'm going to send you a question now, Zhenya. And this is from James Marsh in the chat. Zelensky said we have the most artillery in 2 years right now. Is this true? And before you answer, I need your opinion on this person. Ilya Ponomarenko.
What about?
Good source for straight analysis?
Cannot state any. Sorry.
Okay.
I have to be straight and yeah. Cannot
He's the
state
second
any.
most popular person outside of Ukraine behind Zelensky. He is very vocal today because of these statements. We have the most artillery in the last 2 years right now. I left there 5 weeks ago, and I don't see how that's possible personally, but I'm not there for the last 5 weeks.
As I know, we do expect artillery big help in the end of the May. This is what I know.
If you expect big help in the end of the May, then it can't be the largest supply in 2 years today.
I cannot make statement on that. I cannot confirm but yes, from the guys, let's say situation changed for better. I mean, big for better with artillery shells. But how good, I don't know. I hope our guys maybe playing a game. Even Zelensky. We are in the middle of the war. It's not election time, it's a war. And we need, surely in the war, we need to do everything for our enemy would have a picture we would like to have.
Understood. Very well said. They need to hear we're strong, even if we're not.
I don't know.
Okay. Maybe people can
opposite.
read between the lines. People can read between the lines. In regard to the supply, Professor Gerdes, Zhenya just said, we need Russia to hear that we're strong. So this is Ilya Ponomarenko. They're pushing this today right here. According to Ukrainian media, Liga, Zelensky said today that none of the brigades are complaining about the lack of artillery shells. This has been the case for the past 2 months. This is out of touch with reality and a result of positive reporting promotion in the top brass. Okay, he shared that, but then he goes on to this. There's one thing that one should keep in mind as he or she follows the developments in Ukraine. So, Zhenya, just listen to this and just give your 10-second opinion. The people of Ukraine are actually fighting 2 wars at the same time. Apart from the Russian invasion, the largest war of aggression in Europe since Adolf Hitler, there's another war, a domestic war of our people against so many things that undermine us from within. It's about corrupt officials. It's about incompetent and populistic decision makers. It's about those who embezzle our money allocated on fortifications and defenses. It's about those who give exemptions from military conscription to sports betting firms with very murky tax records, and don't do it to charity foundations providing the military with fast and vital aid. With a powerful statement for you and I right there, buddy. It's also, for instance, about the entire departments of the SBU security service spying on anti-corruption investigating journalists during the war with Russia. It's a war against so many things that try to drag us back to what we used to be, a weak and corrupt, informal Russian colony. Just like the military war with the foreign invader, this internal war for saving the country from its own dark side has had its victories and setbacks. Every time high-profile malpractice is exposed in the open, it is fought daily, triggering a scandal and public uproar. And these two wars are interconnected. A favorable outcome of the war against Russia's aggression is not possible without significant victories in this domestic war of ours. That's our life and the struggle for national survival in the last 10 years. And I must say that sometimes I look through the news, I can't help but keep thinking about the fact that so many of these insolent pin pushers in high cabinets don't deserve to even hold a candle to all our men and women who save this country every single day and do the impossible on the fronts of Russia's war.
So, are you asking me my opinion?
No, Zhenya.
Oh, okay.
He's thinking. I know that face.
Yes, it's a war. We have many wars at one times. And one more time, Zelensky is, let's say, he's a leader of the country, which fighting against of the bigger invader, let's say, and I will not do a statement. I believe we have to trust sometimes and read between lines. I don't know. Sometimes when we were telling the facts, Russians were using it their way.
Mm-hmm.
And at this moment, we still it's a big problem of Russia influence about mobilization in Ukraine. In Ukrainian media field, Russia doing crazy things to make people hating mobilization, to make people scaring to fight for the country, and it's a fact. And this moment, what Zelensky told, okay, I didn't hear anything about lack of artillery. I believe we have some lack of artillery, maybe, but maybe situation critically became much better now. I mean, comparing to what we had, but it's still so bad, critically not enough with the crazy delays of all the promised weapons and support, and it's just not easy, and so I will not, I'm not ready to, I mean, discuss it. Maybe I don't know. Let's say I don't know. Sorry.
For me, as an outsider working in Ukraine so long, I agree with all of his statement. Outside perspective, what I've seen, the things that you have had to go through, and we tell people the truth here, and we still get the aid there. The things that you have personally had to go through as the president of a NGO nonprofit inside Ukraine has been a challenge at times, but you've come through it with a gold medal. All the meetings, all the paperwork, all the documents, when all we want to do is get tourniquets to the front and batteries to the front and equipment to the front to help the guys. You have been like a champion, dude, because it's not been easy. That's a fact. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but we're fighting with the Soviet system. I would say maybe somebody would not like it, but all our presidents, all our previous presidents, partly were helping Russia.
Agreed.
And without comments, we are on our way of the freedom, let's say, becoming a real nation. But it's not easy time. We have these backgrounds. We cannot just reload ourselves. We cannot just flash our mind. As post-Soviet mindset everywhere. Still, surely in the structures, in the documents, in everywhere. So I would like to have this way shorter, but no.
But it doesn't stop us.
No.
And it doesn't stop
Every
Ukrainian army.
country had that kind of period. Every country
Yes.
had that kind of period, forming, let's say, national idea, let's say DNA of, and it's not easy because I would say it's not 51% of Ukrainians who are ready to fight. I mean, really fight. And but we are doing everything. All the people who dream about, oh, I got the power back. It's a good idea. Sorry, it was the blackout. I hear the freezer started to work.
Good. Glad you got power.
Now, yeah, now I can turn on the light, but it's let me finish. So, and yes, this is our way. And sometimes it looks like we would like to be not so alone in some areas, and sometimes, especially, we have inside fights, inside a lot of fights, but plus attempt of Russia just wipe out. It's nothing about protecting Russian-speaking people, but wiping out Ukrainian history, Ukrainian nationality, Ukraine as a nation, as a country, as a sovereign country. And this moment, and using the weakness of the world leaders, using of the weakness of Ukrainian army or not having army in 2014, using political weakness, the crisis of the law, I mean the international law, and so on and so on. And Russia is using it, and so yes, it's we becoming a diamond, maybe.
Yes. Well said. And a lot of
Too much, a lot of pressure.
A lot of love coming through the chat for you. I know you can't see right now, and thanks for what you're doing. Hoof-hearted, where do I go to renew my membership? I'm so confused. You do that from the main YouTube page, like after the video, it'll just say renew there.
Let me say a couple words before I leave.
Well, I want to make sure you see the ground drone before you leave, and then
okay.
Let's do that, and then you say your words. And Prof, if you have a question for Zhenya, please feel free. No problem. Right here. Volya E. Willie.
Mm-hmm. Willie, okay.
So we're going to call our ground drone, we're going to nickname him Willie. Okay. It was months ago when Professor Gerdes was giving me homework. Ask the guys on the front what they have need of the most, and let's fundraise for those things. Because of that good leadership from the prof, we ended up realizing and discovering that some units need this kind of device. I called it the Human Hero Rescue Machine, but it's a ground drone tank, remote control, and used to save wounded soldiers, extract the lost, and to do offensive operations. It has like up to 12 attachments where those guys are sitting there. It can have anything mounted on it. It's very interchangeable. As a community, all of us together, all these multiple communities, we purchased that. It was a prototype, and it is incredible. It has now been delivered to the frontline units, and they were training on it, and we will actually get video back from it in use. And when I get to Ukraine, I hope to get to Willie and drive it. But as of right now, here's when Zhenya was bringing it to the troops.
Okay, hello dear partners, all guys who were helping us to raise money for this evacuating ground drone, and it can carry up to 500 kilograms. and it's the item which saving lives, not only helping our country, our guys to fight for the freedom. And you can see not the smallest man there, and it's incredible. Thank you. Every donation we use for saving life. Thank you.
All right, and now let's go to the delivered unit, and the unit is practicing with it and sent us this video from a drone watching the ground drone. Willie. So there you have it, guys, and the logo is on it because it's our video, proprietary. And Zhenya said, mark that thing, so if anybody takes it, they know it's ours. That was directly provided for this community. So thank you, guys. Zhenya, mission accomplished, buddy.
Yes, we do expect one more video, but one more time we didn't emphasize that. But this set, it was the whole complex, including double batteries. It was one extra batteries installed in it, which makes possible its double range. I mean, doubles range of using, plus the controller, wireless controller, then wireless video monitor, special display wireless, and then the stretchers, the complete set of tools, the charger, all documentations, and some other special tools for servicing it, because I mean, we didn't show maybe the whole set, but it was there. Transmitters, the video, the cameras in it, like for using it, and so it was complete set, ready to use, and it was delivered. It's already there, so we do expect one more video with the thanks and maybe demonstration. And we got a promise to visit them. Like we will see what will be possible. And I would say now we have this big need of the soldiers, of the people who will be fighting, and every single soldier, every person who fights is so important, equally important as every person who stands outside of Ukraine as a soldier and support Ukraine. Support in the media, support by telling and sharing truth, support by finances, support by knowledge. And so I want to say all of those soldiers, thank you very much.
There you go. Guys, thank you so much. I'm seeing everybody's super chatting here. Zhenya, is there anything you want to say? Guys, we're going to do the flag raffle in just a few moments. I'm seeing you guys chatting in there. Let me do this. Boom. Papa Dutch, $5. You know, in the South, pastors have concealed carry permits. The idea being that they will bring you to God one way or the other. Papa Dutch, I also have a concealed carry permit and a quite large arsenal. Check the message. Okay, that's the pin to the top for people on the flag raffle. Dunk on You 23. Drones intercepted by targets. Oh, well, thank you. Exactly. Dunk on You gifting 10 memberships. Thank you. Elaine Crossland for the canine warriors that serve so faithfully. Slava Ukraini. $10 donation, Zhenya, for us helping the dogs, the canines. That's super cool. And we do help the canines. iBag
Yes.
gifting the membership. Papa Dutch, $5. I want a hat like Professor Gerdes's. John Larkin, 10 quid. Sorry, I'm late. The universe joins with you. Elaine Crossland for chocolate, $10 from Canada to lift the spirits on the front line. We will buy and deliver chocolate. Dr. Tuso gifting 10 memberships. Thank you. Gus Pritchett, member for 2 months. Crew member, Ukraine will win and never surrender to Putler. Agreed. John Larkin, 2 quid. Thank you. Tracy Berry, 5 quid. Thank you. Kelly, 5 coffees. God bless Ukraine. He is and will and continue to do so through all of us working together for Ukraine. Aussie T gifting 5 memberships. Thank you. Paul Gilbert, member for 3 months. Happy to support the cause. Slava Ukraini. Thank you. Blonde Barmscheller, member for 3 months. Crew member Spartacus. Special thank you from Leigh and Gracie and Alex. She's the recipient of the flag due to Spartacus's due through the generosity of Spartacus. 5 quid for Prof G for some popcorn. Leslie Bowe, member for 3 months. They can't resist the blue and the yellow. That's back to the sidewalk. Armored Rabbit Hamster. Fish, loving fish. $20 for the kids and I in appreciation of our dear friend Spartacus for the Ukrainian flag. $5 from Papa Dutch. 100 birds in the air will not cross the channel. Inference zones is absolutely amazing. Ohms, member for 1 month. Rock and roll. Ohms gifted a membership. Leslie Bowe gifted 10 memberships. Thank you. Holy Oblation gifting a membership. Linda H gifting 5 memberships. Elaine Crossland, $10 Canada for stuff. We will get the stuff from you right to them. Getting our man healed up there. Robert Lockhart, 10 euros. Have the Ukrainians ramped up drone production enough to do large incursions on a regular basis, Zhenya?
So say it again. Like,
Is Ukraine
does
making
Ukraine
enough?
produce enough?
Are they making enough drones to do big attacks like they did last night?
Not enough. Not so much as we're using about 10,000 a month, and we need to double it 10 times maybe. We need thousands and thousands using every day. We still have like, and one of the drones we were helping. Let's say like this. I need to remember what channel. And yeah, so Ukraine has enough drones, and yeah, we do our best.
But
maybe later on other channel, I will share more information about the
we
drones.
need more production though to do large mass scale attacks like we did last night.
Yes.
Okay, that's the question. Papa Dutch, $2.
Hey, can I share something, Greg?
Please do.
Yeah, so Darth Putin, the parody channel, said you keep saying that Russia can't shoot down Ukraine's drones, but this drone, and it has a drone that was attacking yesterday, won't be blowing up any more oil facilities. I remain a master strategist.
Exactly. Hey, they've got great air defense.
This is
there we are
this
helping
is
the canines.
latest K9. It was latest K9 delivery. The other program we will share about it.
We had the donation for the canines. Zhenya showing you guys the work there. Papa Dutch, $2. Salute to the Dickster. That's to Dr. Dickie Dawson. Eurobench, $69.90. I think that's Israel. The Russian army is an army of criminals. Yes, it is. Papa Dutch, 20. What has closed my mind and spirit to Russians is that at the top, they are sociopathic criminals. At the bottom, these people, even though partly convicts, have shown themselves to be totally without morals. I was thinking about that, Professor Gerdes. Like in Tbilisi, you see the hundreds of thousands protesting in the streets. Ukraine had Maidan. You know, we and I know Russia cracks down on it, but we don't see large scale. You know, there's there's no Tiananmen Square. There's nothing. So it tells you about the people.
Question there. I think that the answer is, and somebody said this early on, Ukrainians are Cossacks and Russians are serfs. And I thought, there's something really powerful and pithy and explanatory in that pithy statement, right? Ukrainians have always had that kind of cultural thing, and culture doesn't go away easily. You were talking about what's going on. Hey, the lights went on.
Yeah, he's got
Look at that.
power.
Yeah, how about that?
I mean,
Maybe power. So think about the American experience from 1619 to 1776. They self-governed in the United States, in America, in the colonies, and so it was just reflexive to do what they were doing, throwing off Britain in 1776. No, you can't take that away. What's the experience been in Russia for all this time? What's the experience been in Ukraine in contrast? They've been trying to get their freedom, and each time that they lose, they keep coming back for it. So they're very different people groups thinking very differently. I can't speak to Georgia, but I know the difference between Ukraine and Russia is pronounced. And I would imagine that Georgia has some similar kind of experience where they didn't want to be under the thumb. I don't know that for a fact, but where they didn't want to be under the thumb, or now they're seeing, hey, we don't want to do that.
The man below you on the screen lived in Georgia.
Okay, tell us about it. Am I off?
Georgian people, they crazy loving freedom. This is why Putin will do everything to keep them in the chains. I mean, the people as a nation, they will make breakthrough later. Now or later. The same key, let's say.
I'm late but lurking, member for 3 months. Robert Lockhart, Zhenya, we're going to get you out of here, buddy. When the U.S. supplies get there, will Ukraine have enough people to use it? €5.
For that stuff, yes.
Okay. $9.99, Dr. Reagan, my dear French doctor friend. Blessings to you. And you send lots of messages in French. I can't read them, but I know they're good. Viva la France. Viva la France. Papa Dutch, $10. Therefore, I can categorically state that I hate them in regard to the Russians. Lane Cross in Canada. Are we still working to get more chips for the drone project on replacing chips? Zhenya. $10 Canada.
Yes, yes, but okay. I just really don't want to get to touch other areas, but it just, some project we started time ago, and now the result of it comes. So today we just got the result of the project of couple months, and I will show you this is the answer. So time ago we got, this is the battery of fish, original battery of Motorola, and a lot of batteries they couldn't be charged by regular through the cable from the power banks, original batteries, and most of Ukrainian soldiers were supplied with just original batteries of Motorola without, let's say, with that difficulty of charging it in the trenches. And this is why we continue supplying them with the batteries with the option of charging it with Type-C, but we designed, and now it's printed, special adapter with a special circuit board on it, with which makes any battery possible to charge. It just clips on. And this is picture from today. And it's already on the first test on the way to the front lines for the checks. And yes, about the chips, step by step, we didn't forget any of the project we started.
Let me make this clear.
Be able to buy more.
Let me make this clear.
Sorry for bad
you
English.
guys are so generous. All the projects continue, but we do not make a concerted effort right now at a task until the armored vehicles are delivered. Okay. We actually have the 28 drone delivery video to show you. You're going to see it. It's done. The batteries ongoing, antennas, ongoing. We have funds in our nonprofit because you guys continue to give nonstop.
This is anti-drone systems ongoing for the snatches.
For the 4 armored vehicles, they're already being purchased. Everything is nonstop going. And even though we may not be pushing specifically right now on a certain project, it's because morally, like, we have the funds in reserve. It keeps going. All the little projects, tourniquets, medical, antennas, batteries, et cetera, et cetera. That keeps
winches.
going. Winches, it keeps going.
Yeah.
Metal detectors, it keeps going. Because we have money there, you guys are giving nonstop. Thank you. But when we've done a $260,000 project for the 4 armored vehicles, we must, there they are, we must deliver those to the front line before I, in good conscience, can come to the world, or Professor Gerdes come, or our other partners, and say, okay, we're getting ready to do 10 ground drones, for example, whatever. Okay. So just, I hope that helps you understand. We want to put the proof in the pudding. And that's why I go to the front lines. And that's why Zhenya is trying to get his knee healed up, because you guys are so generous. We're your hands and your feet. And we get it done, but it's nonstop going every project.
And couple seconds, and a lot of things happening behind the stage.
Behind the scene.
We're checking specifications. We're checking with the medics how the stretchers may be located, how seats, where to locate oxygen equipment for putting the oxygen mask, what volts will be, how we will plug in the powerful anti-drone systems, where the antennas will be located, and so many things. It's behind of it. You don't see it, but it's everyday work here, because it's not just we brought, make a nice picture and deliver it. We're checking even the places, areas it goes, like on the south, the Russians using for the drones one frequencies, for the east the other frequencies, and we calculate with the specialist which frequencies we will be fighting against, and so we will install it in the different vehicles, different anti-drone systems. So many small details. What kind of night cameras should it be movable or not, where to locate the displays, so many things, but it's there, you don't see it. We will present it later, and the most because we value trust, and we want to do our best.
No, so tying this back to what you were talking about earlier, this would be one of the most boring videos ever, but I still think you ought to do it. Show some of the bureaucratic hurdles that you're going through. Like you should show, so that people know, look, we got this money, we had to do this, we had to go to this bank, we had to go do this, we had to deal with this bureaucrat here and that. Like, it's not going to get a lot of play, but you should publish it anyway, just so that people can see the kinds of things that you're going through, because it's a lot. And I don't think people understand or can appreciate until they see that kind of boring video, just how much red tape and difficulties you're going through.
Well, morally, this is why we try, and I'm glad Zhenya's here and we're keeping him up late tonight for a little extra, but we want, there's a lot of people in here watching right now. We want you to know we do our best, and it's a war. It's a war zone. It's a lot of bureaucracy, but everything that we raise money for, and all the channels we partner with, and Prof is with us tonight, we do what we say we're going to do. The things we do can't happen in 24 hours. It's a war zone.
I was laughing because you said you kept him up a little bit. He said 5 minutes an hour ago.
So. That's all right. I know his wife well. Linda, let me finish these, because there may be one here for Zhenya, and then we'll get him out of here. Lindsay Rogers, £5. Every piece of private aid sent meets new bureaucratic hurdles since the new digital controls started. It's much more red tape. That's spot on. Correct, Lindsay. Okay. The B Lady Apery, $20. Why? This is for you, Prof. Why can't NATO fight with Ukraine? Russia can't beat all of NATO.
Yeah. So now you're in terms of escalation, and our politicians are weak-kneed and are self-deterring. So we're not going to do that. Blinken yesterday sounded like he was saying that Ukraine can do what they want with the weapons that they have, and then they came out and checked that again today and said, no, we can't.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're self-deterring. That's just their fundamental understanding of the world. If we're nice, they'll be nice. That doesn't work that way. There will be, in my estimation, some kind of advisors, background technicians, something along those lines from Lithuania or Estonia or some other country that will break that gate, and then other nations will follow. And it won't be too long, in my estimation. I could be wrong, but that's my read of it. But they are terrified of having NATO boots on the ground and in whatever capacity. So that's the background there.
World War III. CZK 100 Blue Wolf. It's midnight here. When's the raffle? It's coming. In short order.
Hold on. Let me add one last little thing to that. To put it in perspective, Russia has a GDP somewhere between Florida and New York. Okay. Now that's in like our top 10, but still between Florida and New York, that's the size of the US alone, let alone the rest of NATO. But our politicians just don't have the will, and that's unfortunate.
You've got a super chat question on your channel, Prof. If you would grab that, want to make sure we answer all of those. Let me get to the last ones here.
This was more of a trolling kind of question of USA has given more than $160 billion to Ukraine. Why were no sloppy defensive lines built around Kharkiv? Ukraine had 1.5 years to prepare. Why did the Russians roll in so easily? So part of this is that you're asking a question that's really not connected, because the 160 billion has nothing to do with what was going on in Kharkiv.
Correct.
So if you're going to ask a question, you need to make sure that, like I would grade this in class and say, look, these aren't connected logically. You have a real problem here because you're assuming that this leads to that, and it doesn't. So does Ukraine have issues like the corruption that they were talking about, or the Soviet mindset, or other things like that? Yeah, they have in those internal battles they need to beat to win before they can win the external battle. That's all fair, but that's not really connected, and it's more of a trolling kind of question in my estimation.
Well, and I would just say as well,
I'm happy to answer it.
They haven't rolled into Kharkiv. Okay, they've taken some border villages and they pushed in 8 to 10 kilometers. And yes, they are moving through Vovchansk. And yes, defensive lines were sloppy. But it's a war.
Yeah, but it's a trolling question, but it's also a leading question trying to make people in the chat like, oh, what's going on? Well, yeah, I mean, it's not good, but that's not related to one's not related to the other.
Elaine Crossland, more stuff. Canada, $10. Hoofhearted, welcome to crew
Zhenya
member.
has finger up.
Lady B, we got your question. Paul Glosson, $20. Even more stuff. Slava Ukraina. Appa Talks, $2. Thank you for all that you do. MS member for 2 months. Have you heard how Kirill and his family are, Greg? Kirill and his family are fine. You will be seeing Kirill when Zhenya makes his next circle. Because it's been long enough. Mertzy, $4.99. Thank you. Minister for the Recovery of Broken Toilets. I think that's your name. Minister for the Recovery of Stolen Toilets. Is this a turning point for drones for Ukraine in attacks? And I think Zhenya answered that. It is. It's the biggest attack they've had, but they need the production to go up. Mertzy, $4.99 to Victory. Brent Allred, $50 for Ukraine. Thank you for that. It will go to all these projects. Bell Cowart, $2. So much love and support for you all. Slava Ukraina. FM, $5 for the K9s. Slava Ukraini, done. Papa Dutch, $10. Something just rang a bell for me in the movie Red Heat. The headman at the table said to Schwarzenegger's character, "You are always discriminating against us Georgians." That is correct, Papa Dutch. Good memory there. Siberis, €11.99. Stay safe. Kudos. That in Georgia, the Vatniks $5 Papa Dutch moved the borders at night. Papa Dutch, you something. I need to send that guy a flag. He's everywhere donating for Ukraine. Strange Pilgrim, Canada, $5. Thank you for continuously working to help the defenders. Stay safe, Zhenya, for the hero defenders for Ukraine's victory. Mitch Ashdown, Canada, 30. Can we send Pete an F-16? You're going to see Pete right now. Zoe Blackmore, £5. Blessings of love to incredibly courageous people of Ukraine and Georgia, the best of humanity. Papa Dutch, $2. I think I stirred the pan about right. You know they exist, $10. I owe Aussie T for helping everyone. In his name, ice cream break for Pete and Zhenya. Leslie Bowe, why did the Starlink go offline? If you're referring to the incursion into Kharkiv, it's because of the suppression of electronic warfare. It dinged the Starlink systems for Ukraine. Okay, Zhenya, I think we're about there. Let's just do this. Bud, can you stay 5 more minutes and we'll be done?
I want, sorry,
Careful
all
how
the
you answer
people,
that.
I'm begging you, please.
Go to bed.
Sorry for that, but I love my country, and the professor, he got a question about fortifications. Sorry, but this is what you probably don't see when you hear one side, oh, we gave money, and then please ask why the people, I mean, who are raising up this question, not parallel showing the picture of the dead builders, constructor workers who died, who was killed because some fortifications too close. And like, I will not show you dead bodies, but you see, this is windshield of the construction car. This is how much you see of that. The guys who are trying to build, it's a Russian drone. Look, this is the burning. This is a Russian drones, Lancets, killing civilian guys who are trying to build. And I the more I cannot show, but you know, like this I can, because there is dead bodies or like just the parts of the bodies there. It's non-stop, hundreds and hundreds. We see it inside in Ukraine. We cannot post it everywhere. So please, more like details about that, because it's every time, just a lot of time, just one side is visible. The other side, when it's 10 kilometers, the most close distance, are how to finish it. How to finish if this 20, 30, 50 civilians were killed by Russians with attempt to prepare fortifications. So the other lines are done. So thank you. Sorry for that.
No, thank you.
Well, let me add to that. It's part of the policy that we were just talking about, where you can't send American weapons into Russia. That is causing part of this problem as well. Because if you could back them, if you had the tools and could back them up, that wouldn't be nearly the same issue as what it is now. So it's even more than what you were just saying.
And that's the reiteration today, only within Ukraine. Of course, Crimea is Ukraine, and we know down there in Novorossiysk that the sidewalks were painted blue and yellow, so that's Ukraine. We can hit there too. So, all right, I'm starting the 10-minute timer right now, guys. The drawing is in 10 minutes. We're going to cover a couple of things. Zhenya, give me 10, and you can see the flag raffle and congratulate somebody tonight. Guys, quick update from Pete. A lot of people asking about Pete in here. Here you go. Pete talking to me and to you today.
My darling brother from another mother. I am good, thank you. Very pissed off with the situation in Ukraine, but I'm good. And I don't have time to speak now. I'm on my way to we're getting ready to go back to the front. I love you. How are you, my brother? Let's catch up in a bit. I'm driving later today. We'll have time to talk then. Please God. Gotta run, Greg. Love you, mate. Miss you.
So there you have it. That's Pete today. And he was not cursing on the beep. He was telling me where he was going. So I OPSEC. Nobody can know where Pete is. So I did a good. How was my beep on that, Zhenya? Thank you. So no, you can't know where Pete is, but he's doing good. Dunk on you.
That was better than when you try to rein in Dick Dawson on the shills. But that's a target-rich environment.
Dick Dawson brings out the greatest in me. Dunk on you 23, Zhenya, $20 donation. Zhenya from Dunk on you 23. Get well soon. You are a valuable hero. The Bee Lady Apiary, $5. Professor Gerdes, please share what Trump said about Ukraine and how we have stronger weapons.
Which part?
I don't know. That was just the question.
Well, so yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they're going for. So yeah, I need some clarification before I can do that. I'm not sure.
Well, I think, he came out and made statements about how if he comes back in office, we're stronger, and he has the ability to stop, the war in Ukraine. He has the ability to stop the war in Israel. And he made mentions of, we have stronger weapons, we have better army, And that's what I think it may be.
Well, he said that, but he's also talked about how the Ukrainians only had what they had because, his administration got them there. So it depends on where you're talking about, what time frame. So it's hard to answer the question without the context.
So that's the best. That hopefully that helps. Papa Dutch, I refer to you my earlier super chat, $5. They have no morals, none of them, referring to Russia. There's Willie. The Swiss deal coming. Let me go through a couple of these. The Swiss chat summit. Western countries plan to exert coordinated pressure on Zelensky to persuade him to go to negotiations. This is from Europe 1. At the same time, the president, Zelensky himself, said at a meeting with Ukrainian mass media that the partners are not pushing Ukraine to negotiate with Russia, although he said it is in the atmosphere of the world. And Dmitry Kuleba says, he talks about the psychology. I'll play a little bit of this, the psychology of Russia's operations.
This Russian PSYOP is aimed at reducing the number of countries that will participate in the Melu summit.
That's right.
The Russians are doing this constantly, starting from the first days of the full-scale invasion when they needed to slow down or knock down support for Ukraine. They begin through various channels, including Telegram channels, to spread stories. For example, 2 years ago, it was don't give Ukraine weapons because we'll quarrel anyway, but we'll still agree with Ukraine behind the scenes afterwards. Now they have a new story. No, we will have some separate negotiations there. Why would you put yourself in the position to participate in the Ukrainian peace formula if we are still secretly negotiating with the Ukrainians somewhere out there? Ukraine and Russia do not secretly agree on anything. There are no secret negotiations between us. This is all a Russian special operation to disrupt.
There you go. Because it came out today. Yeah, go ahead. It came out today that they were negotiating on this Turkish resolution. It's a bunch of bonk.
Yeah, and none of the bricks are going to show up for the Swiss thing. That came out today, too.
I have a question for you. What are you afraid of?
To
both of you, what are you afraid of? Evidently nothing. The priest in Belgorod is afraid of Ukrainian shelling. So he's mad at the people going to the church because they're not praying enough to protect Belgorod. Can't make this stuff up. 6 minutes until the drawing.
What about Belgorod? What's with Belgorod? But Belgorod, my friends, should pray from morning till night to Josaphat of Belgorod for the city's protection. In Crimea, people should be praying to the Crimean Onion to safeguard their city from the sea, earth, and air. And when Belgorod is being bombed, I somewhat asked, but there isn't so much rush in praying to Joseph. Perhaps people don't know him. Josaphat of Belgorod is a saint. He stands with the very Nicholas the miracle worker, means he is a great man, yet many are unaware of him, and the Belgorod residents, theoretically, should have long started to constantly perform prayers, processions, psalms, readings, and all kinds of prostrations, so as the Lord might have a mercy. This affects everyone, Tyotkina, Shibikina, Belgorod, and all others. If you want to help the people of Belgorod, take it, read Joseph Vakathist.
Crimean onion, was that a mistranslation or was that a
Yes,
thing?
Yeah.
it was. So he said probably they have this sign with the name Luka, and Luk in Russian it's onion. So probably the thematic translation
Should have been
turned it
Apostle
not
Luke.
to print to Saint Lucas of some Crimean, but translated it.
I was beating myself up for
bring-
being ignorant of this thing, and I feel better now. Hey, Greg, you promised me this AOC Marjorie
It's coming.
Taylor Greene
It's coming.
thing.
We
running
got
out of time.
4 more minutes until the drawing. And what did Putin say about Kharkiv today in China? Here it is.
Regarding what's happening in the direction of Kharkiv, it's also their fault, because they've unfortunately continued to shell residential areas in the border regions, including Belgorod, while there are civilians dying. They are clearly firing directly at the city center, at residential quarters, and I've stated publicly that if this continues, we will be forced to establish a security zone, a sanitary zone. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, see, it's okay for them to smash civilian buildings. It's just...
I agree with him. I agree with him. Belgorod should be a sanitary zone around Ukraine.
Exactly. It should be. In Russia. All right, last thing and then the drawing. Last thing and then the drawing. Okay. For everybody in the world before I show this, I apologize for my country. This is from the USA Today. I could have pulled anyone, but I pulled this one. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican from Georgia, and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, Democrat from New York, butted heads at a House Oversight Committee markup session last night, after Greene attacked Representative Jasmine Crockett, a Democrat from Texas, saying she was wearing fake eyelashes. I feel like I am on a comedy show, guys, and this is our American government and the lady who held up Ukrainian aid at the bidding of Donald Trump. Watch what happens. The meltdown began as lawmakers. Yeah, make Ukraine great again.
But she gave us these great hats.
She did. We're discussing the issue of holding Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt for refusing to release audio recordings of President Biden's interview with Special Counsel Robert Hur. Hur released a scathing report earlier this year that described Biden as a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. At one point during the hearing, Greene asked Democrats whether any of them were employing Lauren Merchant, the daughter of Judge Juan Merchant, who is overseeing former President Donald Trump's hush money trial. Lauren Merchant heads a digital advertising company that works with Democratic candidates and has become the target of Trump allies. So there's the story. So here it is. I promise this, Professor Gerdes. After we see this, we'll get his comment, Zhenya's comment, and we'll draw the raffle. Guys, this is last night. This is the United States government, elected representatives. This is clown activity and a disgrace. While a war is raging in Ukraine and a war is raging in Israel and the world is being destabilized, this is what we see.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this special nighttime episode, we resume the madcap comedy mystery series called Comer's High Crimes and Misadventures, the hilarious quest to impeach a president who has done nothing wrong, an avowedly low-budget but multi-million-dollar taxpayer-funded production which most Americans assumed had ended 2 months ago and had completely forgotten about. But tonight, with the cast and crew now fresh back from a surprise
You mean
trip
like
to
the
New York
January
City,
6th committee?
Stop it. I'd like my time restored to me, Mr. Chairman.
Order. Chair recognizes ranking member.
Okay. different congressional investigations and inquiries. And I know that pleases the gentlelady from Georgia because he issued.
I just want to hear Joe Biden. Why can't the American people hear him?
Order, Mr. Chairman. Get her under control.
President Trump issued an edict. No, I am glad. I am glad that the gentlelady from Georgia is learning something tonight. Okay.
I'd like to know if any of the Democrats on this committee are employing Judge Merchan's daughter.
Please tell me what that has to do with Merrick Garland.
Is she a porn star?
Oh, Goldman. That's right. He's advising. Okay.
He's advising who? What? Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No,
what you're
ain't
reading.
nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr. Chairman,
That's beneath
would
even
you
your
please
history.
forget
That's
the
beneath
order
even
of your
you.
committee?
Order.
Please.
There's a point of order.
We have a point of order. Mr. Lynch, state your point.
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Green's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are going to move, and we're going to take your words down.
I second that motion.
So who will have to pay? Okay. All right. We're suspending. Okay. Ms. Green agrees to strike her words.
I believe she needs to apologize. No. She needs to apologize.
Okay, hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms. Green
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well,
seconds.
then
Okay,
you're
reserve
not
the right to
striking your
object.
words.
I am
Mr.
not
Perry.
apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the
It's
minority.
pretty self-evident.
You're not.
Yeah, you're not.
out of order.
You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
Okay, move to strike
I'd
the.
like to
I
strike
move to
those
strike the
words
lady's
as well.
words.
I would like to
Strike the
as
lady's
well.
words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the
There's
words.
another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right.
get
Okay.
your members under
Here's the
control.
correct priority. Ms. Green, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll
All
strike
right.
my words,
That-
but I'm not
all right.
apologizing.
Without objection.
Not apologizing.
Chair
Reserving the right
recognizes Ms. Green for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
And it goes on, and then she calls her some man body. I mean, okay, Professor Gerdes.
So what you
This
just
is your
saw
area
was
of expertise. This is not my country. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What you saw is a feature, not a bug, of how MAGA operates. So it's intentional to do that. It's intentional to be over the top. It's intentional for her to make herself the story. This is not an accident. I don't see it that way at all. I go back to an article I showed my students in critical sociology about how when Trump married populism to his charisma, and he's a reasonably charismatic guy, right? I mean, not everybody likes him, but when Trump married that together, the idea was, we feel down, we can't kick the system in the teeth, we want you to do it. And every time the more audacious and over the top thing he says, people are like, oh, he can't say that. No, they want him to do that. Same thing with Marjorie Taylor Greene, he's just taken a page out of his playbook. It's intentional. It's making herself the story. It's and those people that support that love it. It's wrong as a day is long. Absolutely. Right. They're breaking the decorum. She should be held accountable for that, but it's intentional.
Isn't it just plain evil though? I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we're looking for what unites us, we can find it. If we're looking for what divides us, we can find it. But it's not even looking. It's like she's very intentionally starting to do. Yeah. I mean, she came prepared. Like, what about the person that works for whatever? Yeah, she was going to get into that. Why won't you debate me? You can have a forum somewhere where you can do that. This is not the time or place, but she's making it and breaking the rules. And yeah.
Zhenya,
But the people that are supporting that with the MAGA mindset Remember, MAGA is as much a way of thinking about things
I'm-
as it is a political movement. And yeah,
Zhenya, everybody's in here going, please let Zhenya go to bed. I am. Hey, listen.
I'm okay.
I know you are. I know you're still in treatment, but what do you think when you see that and you know that was the lady that had a large responsibility to holding up aid for Ukraine, behaving like that? What is your opinion as a Ukrainian?
Sorry. Yeah, I know it's not like my country, but I would say this is a picture of the world. Sorry.
Yeah, it
This is a picture of the world. That's it. Not much comments. The world are not going crazy about what Orban says or the other guys, Putin. And I mean, not discussing, it's not shocking. The things.
You guys finished talking?
Nobody, I mean,
282.
no comments.
282 in the flag raffle drawing for tonight. Thank you. It's closed. Next Friday, we'll do another one. I'm exporting it now. And then I'll spin the wheel on the screen so emails aren't shown. 282. All of your names are in there. Zhenya, keep talking about Orban and that stuff.
That's it. No comments. This is the picture of the world. That's it. This is what we have. This is why Putin doing what he's doing. That's it. And
it plays into what
countries
want. And it plays in beautifully to what Putin wants to do. What he's want to do is sow chaos, and he's sowing chaos.
Yes.
She is chaos. Very often, AOC is chaos, but not here. AOC did nothing wrong here in this scenario.
No.
Although I don't particularly like AOC, she did nothing wrong in this particular scenario. But both of them on either side generally are the progressive and the populist are like the wings that flank the common sense people. I don't even mean centrist like moderate. I mean common sense people. Like, you can be as conservative or as liberal as the day is long, but if you still want to sit down and have a conversation with someone on the other side, that's not necessarily moderate. That's just civil. And both sides, both wings, and particularly the MAGA side, I got to, say they're worse at this now, but they are uncivil and they are intentional about this. Like they're going out of their way to find that kind of thing to fight with the other side about. So anyway.
Let me do this. The wheel is ready to spin. Thank you, guys. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Zoe Blackmore, 5 pounds. Blessings, loved, incredibly courage, people of Ukraine. I got that one. Papa Dutch, I got that one. You know they exist. I got that one. Lady Biapra, Blue Wolf. Will Merck be driving armored truck? I know he has wedding to attend. That's why I ask. If Mercado is there when I'm there to do the trucks, he will be in the convoy, as well as Rick the Ukrainian. I mean, we're going to do it upright. Minister for the recovery of stolen toilets. Greg, are chest plates and tourniquets still needed? Yes, sir. And we still do those nonstop. Papa Dutch.
Zhenya, I have a guy over here that said, Mark Sandstrom said, longest 10 minutes ever.
I know it. I'm sorry. Papa Dutch, $10. What about hubs? Help Ukraine be strong. That's a good one. Malcolm Bills. He's been with me from the beginning. 10 pounds. Thank you, Malcolm. Papa Dutch. Gee, I can't stir anything else up. Nitro Man, welcome to crew member. KP, Canada 10, station from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, apparently is in Congress. Pull up photo if you don't know. Okay, we'll check it. You know they exist. $5, a glory into the heavens for Ukraine. Sweet innocent hero of the year, Amelia Anasovich from Kyiv. She sounds like 1,000 suns. Papa Dutch, yes, a congressional cat fight. What will they think of next? That's accurate. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go, guys. I've got it loaded and we're going to tell you good night. You must be present to win. Professor Gerdes, watch your chat. I'll watch mine.
Yep.
We go here. 3 cam. I need to switch that and get rid of that. Get rid of their faces.
That screen's hurting my eyes.
It's hurting mine too, and I apologize deeply. I have to bring in the other screen. right there. All right, guys, here it is. This is the random name picker. I went ahead and exported all of your names. You can see them in here. 282 of you. No emails. Everybody's there. And then we're going to have one winner. We're going to use the wheel of names and 8-second spin. My moderator said, Greg, make it spin a little longer. It's a little more suspense. We're going to go tonight with love, 10 colors, because this is all love for Ukraine. And there it is. There's all of your names on the wheel. And good luck, everybody. Coming your way. Nitro Man, thank you for the 5 coffees. Happy to be here. Slava Ukraina. The wheel is spinning. The wheel is spinning. And the wheel is one. The Bee Lady Apiary. Wow. Okay. Congratulations to you.
The Bee Lady Apiary?
Yeah, listen. Congratulations. And you know what? This dear lady, Bee Lady, I'm assuming Lady Apiary, asked like 3 or 4 questions tonight with super chats. So, Lady B, thank you for your financial support of Ukraine through us. And look at here, this flag is coming your way. I will email you and ask you for your mailing address. So there we have it. Last things you want to say tonight, anybody? Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the super chats and the thanks and the coffees. This has been an awesome Friday night, a long Friday night. And Zhenya, I know you'll sleep well.
It's time for me to eat and time for Zhenya to wake up.
It is. Jacob, you want to say something? You close us out.
I want to say all the people in here, huge thank you. Thank you for being good and supportive. And thank you to Greg Terry and Professor Gerdes for your work and support of Ukraine.
Thank you, brother.
Big heart.
We all do it together.
Slava Ukraini.
All right, we'll do it. We got 3 of us tonight. Professor Gerdes, you guys on Professor Gerdes' channel, thank you for being here tonight and being a part of this. If you're on my channel, you haven't subscribed to Professor Gerdes, go over there and subscribe to him, and vice versa. Thank you, guys. Tomorrow, the shills be there, 3 o'clock Eastern in the afternoon with Starsky, and going to be good. So we're closing her out. You guys have a good night. Professor Gerdes, you give your sign off, and Zhenya and I will give ours.
Sure. Thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.
And I would say it this way. A good night to all.
To all, a good night.
Slava Ukraini.